Good morning. It's pretty early. I'm trying to fix my mic and do this. Woken up at the fourth watch. Essentially, excuse me, my voice. Essentially, it is the time frame from 3 a.m. to 6 a.m., right? So when you're woken up at this time, God is trying to send you messages, or you're being called to lend an ear, if you will. So let's pull some cards. It is supposed to be Saturday morning tarot. Well, I didn't know my hand was. It was supposed to be Saturday morning tarot. So let's just pull some stuff, anyways. Here we go, guys. I don't know how much editing there's gonna go on for this as well. Start off with, we have the Empress. So abundance, birth of an idea, an actual pregnancy too. It's prosperity on the horizon for you. That's a nice card to start it off with, by the way. This one flipped. Okay, 9 of Wands. So there's some sort of restraint, perhaps. Something, restrictions. King of Pentacles. So this is the other component, right? It's not the Emperor, but it's somebody with financial means. This might be a good business person to go into if this is a business venture. Too many. Sorry. Okay, and here we are. So we've got 10 of Swords. So really at your lowest points, and the Tower moments. So perhaps this was an idea or a business venture that actually doesn't go well at all. We have the 3 of Pentacles. I almost feel like energetically this is further down the line, because we see the death of this business or this opportunity or this thing we're trying to bring into our sphere, or a death of our old way of going about something. We're rising up above this loss. We're rising above this Tower moment. Okay, so don't let it get you down. And then we are seeking out. We've risen up. We're finally being seen for being a master of our craft, being an authority on the subject. Not even death can stop it. There's something about your legacy, something about leaving an impact that causes a ripple in time. So understanding what you're doing, why you're doing it, and what the long-term effect will be. That's important for you to know, because death comes to all, right? When you pass, and I'm sorry if this makes anyone cry, what will you be known for? That should be your North Star. What will I be known for? Will people remember me by my actions? Will it be some one event that sort of alters people's understanding of who I was or who I am? So learning what your legacy will be, setting a course for it, right? We've got the 2 of Wands. So they say the world is our oyster. So she literally has the world in her hand. You have the means of plotting your course. You also have strength right next to you via this lion. So if we have the world in our hand, the strength and the knowledge, right? Because the Empress is that idea, that spark. So we have the world, the strength, the knowledge, the whereabouts to do whatever this is, whatever we're being called to. And you might even actually, perhaps that's why I'm woken up at this hour, perhaps you are being called by God, you've been called by the divine for this path, and this spark of idea, this knowledge being given to you is during that fourth watch, 3 a.m. to 6 a.m. So if you are being woken up at that time frame, you need to sit in that energy. You need to allow it the opportunity to germinate within you, whatever message is being given to you, so that you can push it forward. Okay. Sorry. Yep, the Star card. So that's really the embodiment of the birth of this idea, this birth of this ripple effect, that setting the world on fire. Whatever caused you to think that you weren't worthy, and I'm saying that because we have the Ten of Swords, still waking up, Ten of Swords, Tower, and this death moment. So you have something that really upheaves your whole world, right? The whole tower falls down. The death comes. This, whatever it was, complete upheaval. This happens so that we can be poured back into. Sometimes, if things are built on shaky ground, right? If the tower is built on sand, just because something's done doesn't mean we've been doing it correctly the whole time. So perhaps this calamity is allowed to happen by the divine, knowing that it needs to take everything down in order to rebuild anew, but in the image that God intends. Okay? So this is an opportunity for the divine to refill your cup, meaning that you are going to be more approachable, because we won't be sitting in this ego mindset, because there's this death moment, right? Death of old ways, old beliefs. And then there's this opportunity to be humbled, to be allowed to be risen back up, right? There's nothing more powerful than being at your lowest point, praying for assistance and receiving assistance, and then getting that confirmation from God. Okay. So don't fight it. Five of Swords. Don't fight a calling. Okay, so we see where we're going. All right, Two of Pentacles. So that's that juggling, the resources being just enough to even it out. Remember, we see our infinity symbol, a Mobius strip, our time kind of curled back on itself. You will feel like it's a struggle. But there's almost a grace about this. Remember, it's in order for you to see the divine working in your life. Oh my God, I feel like this is my own message. 7 of Wands. So feeling like everything is coming at you all at once, right? Not really knowing. You know how on YouTube, I think it's YouTube, where they have a person standing in front of like a half circle and these objects fall and they're supposed to grab them? I think it's a test for Marines, or it's a military test. And they take people from the street and see what their response time is. And everyone, bless them, right? Everybody just does horrible and fails at it. But we're being conditioned for something greater, right? Because if we knew how to do it from the start, I mean, well, first of all, how does anyone do that? In order to deal with things that on the horizon will come up and be like that, where you instantly have to know what you're doing, like a dance, like grab this, grab that. The divine is teaching us. We're being conditioned for something greater. So we have to allow some sort of little inconveniences for us to learn this dance, this way of, okay, I do this without a split second, like knowing what to do, because it's almost like muscle memory. Okay? So although it's not fun, it's definitely not fun. And that's why, you'll be able to tell a difference between a new nurse or a seasoned nurse, because a seasoned nurse has already gone through these different calamities, these different things, and it becomes like muscle memory, where they don't even have to contemplate how to deal with the situation. It's just like, I do this, I do that. It's I don't want to say robotic, but it's fine-tuned. Queen of Cups. So I feel like this is you in the energy of that 4th watch, holding space, waking up when you are called to, and sitting in that moment so that you can receive. Okay? We talked about the Tower moment and the upheaval specifically so that God could refill your cup. She is holding the cup. This is your cup. This is your message to allow God to speak onto you what you need to know at this time. And we're back again. So I was filming off my iPhone per usual, but then I received a pop-up stating that there wasn't any storage space left, so the reading got cut off while I was talking. So I had to go in and offload or delete apps in order to have enough storage space. So we're going to try to do this. It's not an old phone, it's pretty new. Perhaps there is a message to you about freeing up space, freeing up things. Remember, calamities happening so that God can refill us or provide us with what we need to rebuild. Okay, so then we have the Fool. Now remember, the Fool, it typically depicted dancing on the edge of a cliff. So you're resting, because in the background we can see the path that this individual took in order to get on the mountainous region, to be set on the adventure. You may be brought to the brink with the situation, but this guide, you see the little doggy, doesn't allow the calamity to take place. I feel like the white doggy is a reference to the Holy Spirit, and I'm saying that because white doves, and there's something about a guardian angel, guardian energy. Okay. We pulled an angel number. We did not read it yet, so we'll go into that. 7777. Perseverance, change of perspective, reflection, inner strength, wisdom, and we talked about strength. enlightenment. There's a need for a change of perspective on whatever has taken over you now. If you want to succeed, you need to keep going down the road you're on. Reach for the wisdom within, and then you'll just know what the right next step is. So it talks about that journey in here. Perspective, taking perspective, keep going down the road, down our path. Okay, so this is kind of going to be what it is, because I'm going to try to edit this, but one of the things that I kind of offloaded was my editing tool in order to film. Yeah, I don't know what the heck with this cell phones. Let's pull us some letters, and we'll pull you some charms as well. Again, we're not looking. 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We have F.A.I.L.I.N.G. Flag. Flag-in. Flagging? Flagging? Is that like when they do road work, they flag the road? Or they flag the pipes or stuff like that? I think there is a... Is there a place coming in from Southern California to the border? Is there a town called Flag? Is there something like that? I should zoom you in so you can see these, by the way. We're going to pull you some charms as well. And we're going to try to send this with the other reading we just did. Hopefully it all makes it together. Okay. I know. It's more than you asked for. So safe journey. So this is more of a Celtic, not a Celtic, but what are those Norwegian warriors? Oh my gosh. Vikings. It's a Viking rune for safe journey, safe passage, and it is on a tiger's eye stone. We have the whale of a tail, something coastal. We have the silver spoon, so maybe some entitlement. The soul heart, so our little heart chakra. Scorpio could reference getting to the bottom of something. Surgery, this could be hearkening to a surgeon. This might be needing to have a scorpionic approach to situations, meaning you have to get to the root of something. We have the little hotel key, 405. I would be shocked, well, amazed, if you are staying in room 405, or if this journey takes place and the room number is 405. If that happens, come back to this video and tell me, because I'm curious. Lucky clover, 4-leaf clover. We have the star, and I really feel like this is your guiding light. So what guides you? And this says, with God, all things are possible. Hopefully you can see that okay in the little camera. Yes, that's a beautiful message to close it out, friends. I'm sorry that this reading was kind of rushed. I'm going to have to figure out what's going on with this phone. But as always, we will be seeing you. Remember, I messed up my editor, so this is going to be a piecemeal reading. Perhaps it was intended to strip it down so it wasn't so flashy and so you receive the message that you were intended to receive. All right, God bless. Have a wonderful Saturday. We will be seeing you next Saturday for Saturday Morning Tarots, no matter rain or shine. Bye, guys. Thank you.